Denzel Washington recently shocked Hollywood by publicly humiliating Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively in front of everyone. While many assumed they shared a professional respect, Denzel's dismissive attitude toward Ryan has raised eyebrows. His cold responses, lack of praise, and even outright criticism of Ryan's acting suggest deeper tensions. The shocking moment highlighted in this controversy was not an isolated incident. Denzel has repeatedly shown indifference or outright disdain toward Ryan in interviews. This raises the question, why does Denzel hold such a low opinion of Ryan? Is it just a personality clash, or does Denzel see something in Ryan that others don't? The public humiliation left many wondering if Hollywood is starting to turn against Ryan and Blake. Denzel Washington has a history of throwing shade at Ryan Reynolds, and Hollywood is taking notice. While Ryan has always spoken highly of Denzel, calling him a legend and an inspiration.
Yeah, that's happened to me. I did a movie with a guy named Denzel Washington, and doesn't really like to rehearse a lot, just goes in there and just nails it, but you just get like 1 or 2 takes, that's it. And this is a movie called Safe House, and it's toward the end of the film. His character's dying on the ground, it's very emotional, he's crying and all this stuff, and my character goes and sort of grabs him, and it's the one moment our characters kind of connect for the first time in the movie, and I'm holding him. I know you get 1 take of this, he's gonna give you everything, and then we're done. And I'm sitting there and I'm holding him, and suddenly I hear, "Come fly with me, come fly, let's fly away." And I could feel everyone panicking around. I could hear the first AD going, "Whose phone is that?" Oh, it's still playing, right? It's Frank Sinatra's coming out of my ass, you know, and they call cut, and the first AD yells, "Who the fuck's phone is that?" Denzel goes, "Whose fucking phone was that?" And I stand up and I look at all the stunt guys and I go, "Who the fuck's phone was that?"
Denzel has never reciprocated those feelings. When asked about Ryan's acting, Denzel bluntly stated, "I just thought he was terrible."
Co-starring with Ryan Reynolds.
Yes.
Very talented young actor. Have you read the things he said about you?
No.
He said working with Denzel was a sort of a lifetime dream, and he said you're just about the best actor going. And the problem working with you was that sometimes when he was in a scene, he would forget to act, and he would sit there and be watching you acting.
Oh, is that what it was?
He would.
I just thought he was terrible. No, I'm kidding.
While some assumed it was a joke, his deadpan delivery suggested otherwise. Hollywood actors typically offer diplomatic or exaggerated praise for their co-stars, even if they don't mean it. Denzel, however, didn't even bother to fake admiration. His clear lack of enthusiasm and frequent awkward silences when discussing Ryan suggest a genuine disinterest or even dislike for the actor. Ryan Reynolds, known for his quick wit and charm, has always admired Denzel Washington. When they worked together on Safe House in 2012, Ryan continuously praised Denzel, calling the experience a dream come true.
What about Denzel Washington, working with such a veteran actor? Did you learn anything? What was the takeaway from working with him?
You learn so much working with a guy like him. I mean, not only is he a pleasure to work with, and just to see that somebody can be that passionate about what they do, and they've been doing it for this long, but you just see how discipline really kind of wins the day, you know, and that's what he brings. I mean, he brings like a kind of discipline I don't think I've ever seen before, and that's just in his DNA.
However, Denzel's reaction was noticeably cold. While Ryan eagerly complimented his co-star's work ethic and talent, Denzel barely acknowledged Ryan's efforts. When asked about Ryan's acting skills in interviews, Denzel avoided giving a direct answer or made dismissive remarks. This imbalance in mutual respect was hard to ignore. Hollywood is an industry built on networking and mutual admiration, yet Denzel's unwillingness to extend professional courtesy to Ryan suggests deeper tensions. It left fans questioning why such an acclaimed actor would refuse to acknowledge Ryan's talent. One of the most shocking moments between Ryan and Denzel happened during an interview when Denzel was asked about Ryan's performance. Instead of offering a generic compliment, he coldly stated, "I just thought he was terrible."
Co-starring with Ryan Reynolds.
Yes.
Very talented young actor. Have you read the things he said about you?
No.
He said working with Denzel was a sort of a lifetime dream, and he said you're just about the best actor going. And the problem working with you was that sometimes when he was in a scene, he would forget to act, and he would sit there and be watching you acting.
Oh, is that what it was?
He would.
I just thought he was terrible. No, I'm kidding.
The interviewer and audience were visibly stunned, unsure whether he was joking. However, Denzel's serious demeanor suggested otherwise. His refusal to praise Ryan, even when directly prompted, was a stark contrast to the usual Hollywood dynamic. This moment fueled speculation that Denzel harbored genuine dislike for Ryan. Whether it was a comment on Ryan's acting abilities or an inside joke gone wrong, the lack of warmth in Denzel's response made it clear that he did not hold Ryan in high regard. Ryan Reynolds' relationship with Denzel became even more strained when he accidentally gave him his first black eye while filming Safe House. During a fight scene, Ryan unintentionally struck Denzel in the face, leaving him with a visible bruise.
You know, it's coming at you like a freight train. We were in a car that was pretty out of control, and he's got handcuffs on, he's choking me, and that car is moving all over. We're like pinballs in there, and I just felt the back of my head connect with his eye.
I'm supposed to be putting these handcuffs over his head while he's driving, and he was just whipping backwards as I was reaching forward, and pow! First black eye I've ever had in my life.
And I remember they called cut, and I looked back, and oh man, he had a shiner this big, and I just thought, well, this is the end of me. This is the moment that Denzel Washington turns me into a liquid.
Ryan immediately realized the severity of the situation and even joked that it was the moment Denzel would turn him into liquid. While accidents happen on film sets, this incident may have worsened their relationship. It's possible Denzel saw Ryan as unprofessional or careless after the accident. Given Denzel's stature in Hollywood, being injured by a less experienced actor may not have sat well with him. Whether or not this moment solidified Denzel's distaste for Ryan, it certainly didn't help mend their already strained dynamic. Denzel Washington is not the only Hollywood giant who seems to have an issue with Ryan Reynolds. Quentin Tarantino, one of the industry's most influential directors, openly dismissed Ryan's work. When asked about Ryan's movies, Tarantino admitted he had never seen them and even suggested they didn't hold cultural significance.
But to go back to your initial question, part of the marvelization of Hollywood is, it's the, you have all these actors who have become famous playing these characters, but they're not movie stars.
Right.
This is a brutal assessment from a filmmaker known for his deep appreciation of cinema. Similarly, Gerard Butler once laughed off a comparison between his movie Gamer and Ryan's Free Guy, implying that Ryan's work lacked depth. When multiple Hollywood powerhouses dismiss an actor's work, it raises questions about their industry standing. Ryan may be a fan favorite, but it appears that Hollywood insiders do not take him seriously. Directors are a crucial part of an actor's career, and when they start distancing themselves, it's a red flag. Tim Miller, the original director of Deadpool, walked away from Deadpool 2 due to creative differences with Ryan Reynolds. Reports suggest Ryan wanted more control over the project, which led to major clashes. Tim Miller's departure was significant because the first Deadpool was a massive success, and losing the original director hinted at behind-the-scenes drama. Directors typically tolerate an actor's creative input if they respect them, but Miller preferred to leave rather than continue working with Ryan. This adds to the speculation that Ryan may be difficult to work with, which could explain why major Hollywood figures are distancing themselves from him. The downfall of Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively seems to be happening in real time. Once seen as Hollywood's golden couple, their reputations are now being questioned. Denzel Washington openly disrespects Ryan, Quentin Tarantino ignores his movies, and directors like Tim Miller walk away from working with him. Meanwhile, Blake Lively's controversies and career struggles are piling up. Hollywood thrives on relationships, and when A-listers stop supporting you, it's hard to bounce back. Ryan still has Deadpool 3, which might keep him afloat, but outside of that, his industry respect is fading. As for Blake, her future looks even more uncertain. Hollywood can be unforgiving, and if they don't repair their reputation soon, their A-list days may be numbered. Share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. See you in the next one.